So you got the AP, and you don't want anything down here. What? You don't want anything down here.
High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube. High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, softball, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
Schedule quite like Woodstick Day. The JV teams for Garden City and Manhasset, they've already played. And now it's time for the varsity. First up, it's the girls of Manhasset hosting here at Ed Walsh Field, the Trojans of Garden City. It's the game you grow up wanting to play, and we've got it for you now right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Well, a pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Dylan Butler alongside Robin Rooney for this one. And Robin, as we said, listen, the boys game, it's the 140th. It has a lot of that pomp and circumstance. Yep. But do not tell these two teams this isn't a rivalry, because this is as fierce as it comes.
Yeah, I mean, I have players on both teams that I've trained and coached in the past, and when I said, when do you guys play each other, it's the first game they knew. I was like, when do you play this team? They're like, I don't know, but we do play the Woodstick Classic on April 20th. I was like, okay. So they have been playing this game for a long time, and nobody wants to lose it.
Yeah, and these two teams also, they'll switch off. They've split these last few years as well. We'll detail that as we go along. But first, Robin, for the visitors from Garden City, and listen, they're a goal away from being undefeated this year. 7-1 in the year, a 1-goal loss to a Darien team that last year ran the table as an undefeated team, finishing number 1 in the country. So they return so many players, Garden City does, from the team that lost to Victor in last year's New York State Class B championship game, and they are poised to make another deep run.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about Garden City Lacrosse, you think fundamentals. You know, they're a team that they don't make many mistakes, and they're a team that's going to come up and show up every single day, and you're going to have to be at your best to beat them no matter who you are. So I'm looking forward to this today. Yeah,
Robin, let's take a look at the impact players for Garden City. And if you are a lacrosse fan in general, you recognize the last name there, certainly, right?
For sure.
Older brother Stevie was a star a couple years ago, scored the overtime winner here in the Woodstick. Kyle, of course, the daughter of the boys head coach, Steve Fennell as well. But listen, and an unbelievable athlete, Kyle is. She'll go to Northwestern. And Mabel Overbeck, there's not many defenders better than Mabel Overbeck.
No, there's not. I mean, when you talk about Kyle, I'm I know the Northwestern coach as well. I've got Madison Taylor playing there now, and I coach her at Wantagh. They're excited for her. She's a strong lefty who plays from the elbow, and she's tough to guard. And Mabel can match up with anyone in the game. She's phenomenal.
On the other side, Manhasset, they've got one loss as well, a surprising one, because it came off of really emotional overtime win over Cold Spring Harbor, a bit of a hiccup that they had against Southside, but they bounced back well from that, and certainly they're going to be looking to a couple of key players there as well, Shea Panzik and Maddie Chun.
I mean, the game runs through Shea. I've seen them play a couple times this year, and everything goes through her. Her team looks to her in big moments. That loss to Southside was shocking, especially because it's a C school. That's a school that you need to beat. But I'm looking forward to this matchup here. I don't know if they're going to have Maddie on Kyle, but she's a phenomenal defender as well. She's got quick feet, she's strong, and she's aggressive.
And these are also future Division I players as well. Panzik will head to Vanderbilt, and Maddie Chun will go Ivy League to Dartmouth. Let's take a look at the starters for both of these teams as they're going through the stick checks first. Let's look at the visitors from Garden City, and a really impressive one. You've got a good mix of veteran players, but also you mix in some really talented young players as well. There you see it's Fennell, Arendt, Clark, and Smith, your attack line. Kendall Morris, she'll run the midfield and also be on the draw control. Tori Ottamanelli, Catherine Monaco as well, and then a really good close defense as well of Overbeck, Romeo Anderson, and Lynch. Garden City head coach Dave Ettinger wins a lot of football games in the fall, wins a lot of girls lacrosse games.
Coaches football with Fennell's dad, right?
Yes, right.
He
yes.
knows how to win that, man. He runs his team like a football team, so to say.
Yeah, and in the cage for Garden City, another standout, a senior. There you see it's Neve Pfaff. She'll go to Yale, a 2-year starter, which means that she's been in the cage. She's faced shots in the biggest of games.
Yeah, I mean, she's played in this game before. I think that's huge to say, too. She's played the Woodstick game. It's not her first.
100%. We'll take a look now at the starters for Manhasset. As we mentioned, the Indians 5-1 on the season, and largely unchanged. And really, listen, when you're going as good as Manhasset's going, why change things, right? So you've got Panzik, Lapinto, Harley, and Giannakopoulos up front. Middies of Newman, Perfetto, Gordon. She'll also be the draw control, and your close defense of Chun, Giannakopoulos, Schlafer, and Mineroff. Take a quick break. We'll have the draw control here. It's the Woodstick Classic right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
Dante does it again! Defensive play. Dante Madaro. Yellico ties it up.
Move by Yeso steps up and score.
A jump shot, Fennell.
Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity Media. You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
Dante does it again! Defensive play. Dante Madaro. Yellico ties it up.
Move by Yeso steps up and score.
A jump shot, Fennell.
Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity Media.
Welcome back here to Manhasset High School. Dylan Butler, Robin Rooney, our entire Varsity Media crew here for the girls' Woodstick Classic. And we showed you the starters for both teams. Robin, let's take a look at the keys here for both of these teams. And we spoke, of course, to both head coaches. And perhaps no surprise, as we'll show you the graphic coming up, draw control. Yeah. Massively important, especially today.
I happen to think Manhasset has the edge here. I've seen those girls play the draw before, and they work like a unit. They're just monsters on the draw. They're tall, they're strong, they're powerful. That's going to be a really tough matchup for Garden City because I do believe this could come down to possession on the last play.
And you see the others is there as well. Manhasset, you want to play disciplined defense against the really talented Garden City team that Dave Ettinger says we're not shooting it well enough. We're getting high volume shots, but not getting the goals out of those shots. So they want to shoot the ball a little bit better today.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke with Dave before the game. He said they had 24 shots against Long Beach. They had not a lot of goals, and that's something he wants to change, but they're a well-oiled machine. They are a team that comes to play, and Manhasset's going to have to control their sticks and control their aggression on defense to not give them the 8-meter shots they're looking for.
And the draw control, as we said, will be vitally important as the final huddles here. And by the way, quick shout out, Caitlin Gordon, the sister of Taylor Gordon. What an incredible rendition of the national anthem before. We were in break here, but what a great rendition of the anthem.
I didn't know it were available. Okay.
Speaking of Taylor Gordon, there she is, right at the draw. This is an incredible matchup. There's so many cool individual matchups here, Robin, today, but Taylor Gordon, Kendall Morris. You can see Kendall's numbers. She's getting hot lately, 70% last 2 games, and Gordon winning about 61%.
I would also say don't take that sophomore status for granted. You know, Taylor's on this team, I believe it's her 3rd year on varsity. She's a standout player. She's a kid who's going to be exceptional at the next level, and she's tough to beat on the draw, as is Perfetto on the wing. And Newman. I mean, Newman's a beast as well, so this Garden City team has their work cut out for them.
And that's the other aspect of it too, Robin, as well, right? As we see a ground ball, where are we going? And the wing play will be so important, right? And a whistle, and we will expect some patience, obviously, first. A lot of jitters that's involved in the wood stick, so you want to just move the ball around. Everyone gets a touch.
Absolutely, and Garden City is known for their poise. They take their time offensively. It's part of the reason why they're so good.
That's Morris up top. We saw her on the draw control. Arizona State-bound senior, coming off a couple of really good games.
So they're definitely going to look to Fennell here, I would think, for that first shot, get the game going as well. She's up on the wing.
And you see, though, working it. First 8-meter opportunity. Fennell, rings it off the post.
That post is going to feel that tomorrow. Kick and shoot.
Surprised the net didn't fall over with that velocity. Garden City, it was such a big carom that their middies were able to pretty much easily grab that ground ball and keep this possession alive.
Oh yeah, that's huge. This is a game of possession. These are 2 teams that are not going to rush to goal, and it's going to come down to possession for sure.
That's Maureen Arendt working it back up top. The cutter is Fennell. Smart there too for her, because even if she's not the intended target there, Robin, she's opening up space for her teammates.
And they do have Chun on her. We were talking about that matchup before, so I'm glad to see that. Both quick.
And there she is. Oh, what a move. First step by Fennell! Far post! And that's how you open the Woodstick Classic.
She is so strong and so powerful, and she's added this new level of quickness to her game since she's a freshman that is going to make her fairly unstoppable. Both hands there, you see her split dodge, and what a goal.
Fennell gets things started, her 21st of the season. And it all started, you mentioned the quickness, it all started with that first step. You see it again.
Yeah, she just baits her with her left because they think she's going to try to take that center alley, and she just runs down the righty alley and takes a righty rip. I think that's part of her game that she has grown into a lot, and it's a scary part of her game. It's a guard.
So GC, 1-0 lead on the road.
This is a big draw here for Manhasset. They need a possession.
Great vantage point we have here.
It's almost like you could see the strings of their sticks.
Yeah.
Great camera.
And that one didn't get all the way over.
They're going to redraw.
Yeah, they will redraw this one. I should see Taylor Gordon, just a sophomore, but she's been lights out all year long. And Kendall Morris, the senior. And even that first draw that she won was hugely contested. And you could see, too, Robin, neither of these two want to give an inch, right?
No,
it is tough to set their sticks.
The game has changed a lot from when I played. Even the draw where they put the ball in the middle is a different world. Huge draw for
Wow, Gordon
Wow.
pops it up to herself. And now Manhasset, their first possession.
You know, you think about it, there's 9 minutes left in the first half, and in the first quarter, I'm sorry, and Manhasset's first possession.
And you know what's funny, though? Like I was going to say, when you mentioned what was left, you would think this is fourth quarter late in the stages, how much drama there was even with that draw.
Absolutely, but you know what? These two teams may as well be college teams. You know, they don't come and take the first shot. They're looking for the best opportunity. Oh,
So,
wow.
Yeah, Mia Lapinto called for the charge as she tried to round the cage. And now Pfaff will look to clear.
That's the exact start Garden City wanted to this game so far. First draw control, first goal, first offensive foul in Manhasset.
Here comes Megan Lynch out of the box. Now GC, they get the clear. And maybe a little bit more. That was fantastic stuff from Overbeck. She's staying up.
She deserves it. Good for her.
Whistle call there.
Something you're going to notice about Garden City, they are look for a teammate first, shoot second. Offensively, I think that's one of the things that Edinger's trying to change a little bit. But
yes, first big save.
And that's exactly what you want, clearing the ball right there with that speed. One of the Giancopoulos sisters.
Yeah, just pick one of them, and you're bound to get a good clear. That was Nicole to do so. She'll join her older sister, Despina, at Harvard. And now after their previous possession cut short by a charge call, Manhasset looking to equalize.
We expect Panzik to get the ball here and start to try to run things through her. I think when she gets going, the team gets going, so it'd be interesting to see how they get her involved. Her and Lapinto are fantastic together behind.
And she's got, Overbeck was hung up there, but good recovery from her. They feed the crease, rounding sidearm shot wide of the mark by Lapinto.
I think that's a little nerves there. I think she's even surprised she took that shot instead of rolling back.
Oh, terrific.
Are they going to call that? Yep.
Head fake, and Panzik with the finish.
A little surprised they didn't call a charge on that one, too. You know, I was watching for the refs for the signal. I think Garden City was expecting a charge, but that was just a great heads up. You know, quick start play by Panzik there.
Yeah, watch the head fake as well.
She takes the ball. You know, if your stars take the ball from behind, that's what you're looking for. That's a quick start, and she just beats her defender to the spot, gets the shot off, and she's going to bury that every time.
Well, our impact players are having an impact early on, both of the offensive side of things with a goal apiece. Panzik with the finish, her 21st goal of the year. One of 5 captains. Has a bit of a change now for Garden City. It's Overbeck. It's Overbeck on the draw control for Garden City. Gordon unable to get it. Overbeck. Good stick check by Gordon. And now it's a scramble. It'll go Garden City's way.
Ooh,
what a takeaway by Gordon.
Mabel played that too nonchalant. You can't do that around Taylor Gordon. She's too good and she's too gritty.
And now Manhasset back on attack. 34, it's Mia Lapinto. Keep an eye out on her. She's making her way now to behind the cage. There she is, the USC commit.
I have a former teammate who coaches at USC now, and she is so excited to get Lapinto on campus. She just, you know, they're graduating a big feeder, and they feel like she's going to fill that need when he gets there, and she's pretty big time.
That was a split dodge, so now a free position opportunity for Nicole Giannakopoulos.
She's got a great hash, too.
Giannakopoulos fires high. Ball on the turf. Look out. Sticks are flying, and this will go against Manhasset.
You know, surprisingly enough, Manhasset looks nervous. I feel like they're rushing things, they're forcing things, and it's unexpected for me for them to be nervous in this game. At home, you know, on their field.
Look at Overbeck, just
one man clear.
Incredible stuff from Mabel Overbeck. She's known a lot more for her work on the defensive side of things. For the last 3 years, she's defended the other team's best player and more often than not has shut them down. But you could see her joining the attack and being a threat there as well on the clear. So here's Arendt now up top. That was Monaco.
Oh, that looked like great defense from Perfetto. I'm surprised that was a foul. I guess she overcommitted a little bit there.
So Kendall Morris, quick restart, and you'll just keep this possession alive.
They just missed Fennell flashing to the middle. Surprised by that.
It is a balanced offense, really, for both teams. They mirror each other in that way. But you're right. Fennell, right, is that X factor. There she is, firing low again, far post. Her second of the game, and Garden City's leading this one 2-1.
She makes that look easy. The same move, the same spot from the shot. She just, you know, wasn't necessarily going down the right alley. She took that righty hard shot, though. And she's naturally a lefty. You know, that's an impressive shot.
Great goal by Fennell, second unassisted goal of this game. Another look, Robin.
I'm surprised she was so open, to be honest. You know, she popped out. She was open on the 8 for that ball. Manhasset's going to have to close up on that. They might put a face guard on her. But that was too easy for Fennell.
Another look there. But Fennell.
That same split to her right. You know, she makes the defender think she's going left, wants her left, and then it's that quickness that she's just, you know, developed over the years that gets her right back to her right for the rip. A low rip on that one. I love it.
And that's exactly what Dave Ettinger, the Garden City coach, said about her. It's the improving her quickness, which is now helping her become a better dodger, obviously. And this draw goes Garden City's way. That was Tori Ottaminelli that we saw on the ball. We'll see another Ottaminelli in the boys' game. And that's the other part of this thing that's so cool, I think. There's a little question mark jump shot by Fennell.
That right there is playing in the backyard with her brother.
Yeah.
That shot right there. She did that with confidence.
I was going to say either that or playing with Rob Pennell. I'm not sure, but a similar kind of shot.
Huge backup behind the cage there for Manhasset, though, with a big turnover on the shot.
And that's Mineroff. Getting it to midfield. Scooping it up is Alexia Giannakopoulos.
They have the same run.
Yeah.
Spina had it, too. Has it, I'm sure. Still at Harvard.
Yeah, we'll detail her later on. We'll take a look at some of the next level players for both of these programs, and she's one of them. Split dodge, firing far post and off the mark. Good attempt by Lapinto.
I like that move by her. I think that was a confident shot. That first shot she had, you know, she just kind of let her rip. I think that one she did with intention. She's finding her footing there.
So Panzik.
Not a great hash, but she's so quick that I could see her taking this. She's just going to get in there.
And Overbeck behind her, right? So that's advantage right now, and kind of blows a tire there, but gets back up.
I'd like to see some two-man between her and Lapinto. They work so well together. You haven't seen that yet. Early. It's early.
And there's Panzik from X. Another one of these, right, where it's so many Panziks have been on this field. That shot by Gordon off the mark. It's the 5th shot for Manhasset. Geez, Garden City and Manhasset now even with shots.
Oh, nice shot. Great finish.
And Panzik.
That was number 9, Harley Cassidy.
Oh, Cassidy, excuse me.
That was just a great, attention's on my teammates. I'm going to take this one, and she buries it.
So Cassidy Harley, number 9, with the goal, her 5th. And it's funny, in our notes, right, in our conversation with Jackie Williams, said she's got more of a feeder role, but really good along the crease.
It's one of the reasons
we saw it there.
Able to sneak that in there. Everyone, she does a great job of taking her defenders and bringing her eyes upfield. So they think that she's looking to feed, and she sees an opening and takes it. What a goal. Big moment for her. Love that.
Yeah, her 5th of the year ties things at 2 inside the final 2 minutes of the first quarter.
It reminds Garden City that their role players are still scorers. So you cannot leave anybody open in this game.
And back to another critical draw. It's Overbeck and Gordon. Gordon pushes it forward, gets the ball, and wins the draw. Her 2nd win in the draw, and Manhasset back on attack. We just saw Holly Newman there a moment ago, one of 5 captains for this team. And interestingly enough, too, 4 of them on the attack line, right? Panzik, Lapinto, Nicole Janikopoulos, and Holly Newman.
Perfetto's alone, who's the ball right now. She's the lone midi. Her brothers, both stars in college. She's got a younger sister as well. Excited to see her get involved here offensively.
Great switch, getting to the crease.
Oh, was that it? That looked like a goal. They called it 8 meter. I thought that ricocheted in though.
1 minute the first.
So a minute left. Good opportunity here
Holly Newman.
for Holly Newman. We just mentioned her a moment ago. Newman!
What a shot. That's just a great 8 meter by Holly Newman. I don't think anyone expected her to shoot that opposite side there. That's not an easy spot to find on the net, and she did it for a tough angle and put Manhasset up.
Newman's 15th of the season. The Cornell commit. Another look here, Robin.
Yeah, I love this. Not a great hash, but she takes it lefty. She takes it right away. That shot, I don't think anybody, like I said, was expecting her to take that shot so fast from that hash, and she just snuck it in there. Goalie has no chance at that. Well placed, beautiful.
So Morris back in at the draw circle after a couple of wins there by Gordon in a row.
And those were not just wins, they were dominant wins. And the one she lost, she snagged out of midair in the first pass. So she's a problem for this Garden City team. They're gonna have to figure that out for them. Like I said, sophomore on paper, but certainly not on the field.
100%.
Great.
And this one won by Morris.
That should be a card too. They calling a card there? Nope. Giancopoulos got away with one.
So Garden City now, it's Overbeck. And she took a tough check, and this will stop the clock. So you asked for a card a moment ago.
Yep.
You didn't get one. You're getting one here, though.
It's important for the refs to control this game. The emotions can get a little out of control, so if you call those cards early, they stop.
So on that cross-check, Panzik gets the yellow.
It's a big possession for Garden City with 27 seconds. You'd like to think they're going to hold for the last shot. Try to go into, quarter 2 tied. Have to think they're going finale, right?
So off the yellow, you've got a 2-minute man up for Garden City. And there's Overbeck again. So some extra space now for Garden City to operate in.
I think she was expecting a...
Yeah, ducking under was Avery Smith. but she did get.
I got to set this up quickly. This clock does not stop.
And that's what Smith's trying to do.
Huge. Big moment, big goal. Smith. That's going to be the first quarter.
So Smith beats the clock on the 8-meter. It's a man-up goal, and Robin, we are tied at 3. And what poise here as well.
Yeah, that's a big moment for the kid, and I love that she finished that. You know, you don't have time to set up. You don't have time to get your body ready to take that 8-meter, and she still buries it. That was huge for her.
Garden City, Manhasset, the Woodstick Classic tied at 3 after 1. You're watching it right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
3-0. Dylan Butler, Robin Rooney, our entire Varsity Media crew here with you. And inside of that Garden City huddle, just opposite Kyle Fennell, you see Dave Ettinger. 4th season as the girls lacrosse coach at Garden City, a 1993 graduate of Comac. And as we mentioned, knows nothing but winning.
Yeah, and his daughter, who just graduated from Seaford, she's a freshman at Florida Southern. They're going to have, not Florida Southern, sorry, South Florida. They're going to have their first varsity season next year. It's very exciting. She's Amanda Ettinger. Excited to see that team play.
And on the other side, it's Jackie Williams, the Manhasset. There's Ettinger.
And Jackie Williams was a spectacular player at Adelphi,
yeah.
And I'm excited to see what she does with this team.
Yeah, in our conversation with Jackie, first year Holy Trinity graduate of the class of 2010, said, listen, I was a midi, right, playing at Holy Trinity. I go to Adelphi. Joe Spallini is my coach. Yep. So listen, I think you might want to try out defense. She did. She ran the clear like Overbeck does and got involved in the offense a little bit, loved it. And she's been here kind of climbing the ladder a little bit on the different levels of coaching, and now it is her show.
Yeah, she comes from a sport family. She's got a sport mind. You know, we actually both grew up in Merrick. We didn't go to the same high school. She went to Catholic school, but I'm excited to see what she does with this program. The girls really feed into what she's given.
Off the draw, it goes to Garden City. So they've already scored 1 goal on this man up, and now they can go for another one. There's still 1:17 left on the advantage after that yellow card to Shea Panzik.
I'm looking forward to when they bring the college game down to the high school game, and that's a releasable penalty, because it can be a game changer right there. What a feed.
Yeah, the feed to the crease, and you can see the finish there by Ashley Clark.
And now, you know, they're still in this penalty for another minute here, 1:04. They can score 2-3 more goals in that time. So it's dangerous when you get a yellow card in this game.
Great feed from X. Another look here as well from Avery Smith. So Smith goes from beating the buzzer in the first quarter, and what a terrific feed to a cutting Clark. And by the way, that is sophomore to sophomore.
Love that. Garden City is deep every single year.
So Garden City, and we will redraw.
I'm a little surprised at the draw contention here. Garden City's come up with some big ones, but I'm looking for Manhasset to really pull away in that category.
And if there's one that you really need to get, it's by
After,
playing with a player down, and that's still for another 1:02. In the sport of lacrosse, that's like an eternity. And again,
wow, that's huge going to Garden City. I think the circle work on that got a little distracting for Manhasset.
There's Monaco back to Smith.
Curious if they go fast here, if they pull out. Oh, Fennell's wide open again.
Well, the ball went to Morris instead. She gets it back. Good off-ball movement by Garden City. The feed to the crease. Collapsing defense by Manhasset, but shooting space.
If I'm Jackie, I'm screaming at that call. I thought that was great defense.
Well, she in fact is.
Yeah. Great minds, right?
And here comes Smith again. She already has a goal in a similar situation to beat the first quarter buzzer.
She's a little bit more time to set up this time, though.
And this time she feeds. And the finish.
You know, that penalty is still happening. There's still 7 seconds on the penalty, and Garden City has scored 3 goals. This right here could be the complete change in the game. It was 3-2 Manhasset when this penalty happened. Panzik's been out of the game for almost 2 minutes now, and Garden City has taken a drastic lead. Great feed from behind, 2 behind, and you know when you're man down defensively, you're stretched too thin. You can't get there. What a finish!
So Arendt, the Florida commit, strong right-handed dodger, her 13th goal of the year.
All the time in the world on that. She faked. She took her time. The poise of Garden City is impressive.
So 7 seconds, as you mentioned, but man, 3 goals.
That could be game right there. 1 penalty can. That's why I'm very much so looking forward to them adjusting to the college game.
And now another draw control from Morris. We're even now, but Garden City, they've got numbers. That's Tori Ottaminelli. What a feed to the cutter, and a better save, and a much needed one as well by Hannah Rubin.
I know it's early, but that's save of the game right there. That was a much needed, very authoritative save.
Here's Panzik. She's been waiting to get back out there, and the Manhasset bench saying, listen, you called something similar against Panzik, and we want the return call.
You know, you look at a Panzik, she's an All-American, that she should get that call. Her whole body moved. She's not as, you know, she's thin, but she's strong. She doesn't just get tossed around like that. That should have been a call. I have to agree with them. Giancopoulos drawing a
yeah, she was, you know, listen, it's the hockey playoffs as well, right? That's clearing someone out in front of the crease. So an opportunity here for Nicole Giannakopoulos.
I like this hash for her, too. Another quick, strong player who can get in there and get the shot off.
She attacks and she finishes, and a huge goal, Robin, at this point of the game for Manhasset.
Yeah, I mean, that's a goal that came with adversity, so to say. You know, they're getting bumped around. They're not getting any calls. They're feeling like this is a lopsided ref game at this moment as per the reactions, and that's a huge goal that kind of, you know, stops the fire under Garden City and puts it back in Manhasset's hands.
And I like the poise, too, that Nicole showed there, where she didn't go for the first opportunity, right?
Yep.
She waited to see something that maybe Pfaff was showing her, and then a good finish there as well.
I think when you have kids who have been playing on this field, you know, Nicole's been starting since she's a freshman, this is just another game for her. She's been here before. She's done this. She's going to continue to do it.
Midfield line, but she's coming back from a hamstring injury, so kind of using her on the attack to rest her a little bit there. Morris, another win on the draw.
That's the first one Gordon didn't take for Manhasset as well.
And there's Overbeck.
Ooh.
Ran out of room and also took a stick check on that sideline. So a restart for the Trojans. And there's Morris after that draw control win. And Garden City getting back into their offense. There's Fennell. Right now, just directing traffic, but
She's got Lauren Perfetto on her, the Loyola commit.
she does. She spins, faces the goal now, hands it off to Morris. I thought maybe she'd try to back her down a little bit. Here's Fennell again.
I think that's not a matchup for that. You know, I think on Chun she could kind of draw in her a little bit, but Perfetto's just too tall.
The fake pass. Spinning to her left, kicking it back out to Mars. She'll switch fields to Backer. That's Regan Backer, the sophomore. And whistles.
What they call 3 seconds there? I can't see the signal. We were talking about a pregame, you know, in the men's game, they come over, they tell you exactly what they call. Here, they just throw their hands up and you have to figure it out, so to say.
3-second call.
So here's Morris to get things started again. Backer, the sophomore. Morris, good look to Smith. You know that she's got to be playing with some confidence now. A goal and assist for the sophomore. Attacking it hard, splitting defenders. That was Morris.
Oh, that looked like a great defensive effort for me. You know, she got beat, Giancopoulos, and she still managed to get a check on, but just Morris had a better move.
And on this free position, just bring it back out. Keep possession alive. Here's Backer, solid two-way midi, the sophomore. Flips it to Morris. And here's Fennell. Sticks up, trying to take away her vantage point for a pass. Fennell gets it back.
Manhasset's in their zone defense right now, so it makes it, you know, you think you have your player beat, then all of a sudden there's a slide, and that's what they're looking for. They're looking for you to think you beat them so that you can draw that slide, and, you know, that's when the magic happens defensively. But Garden City just moves the ball too fast.
There's Morris again. Splitting defenders, great stick check. But Garden City gets it back. Morris to Fennell, to the crease, trying to find Smith, but a fortunate bounce back, another terrific save in front, and then a whistle.
I mean, another 8-meter for Garden City here.
So Rubin, you got to give her credit there for making a tremendous save, but you're right, we lead to another 8-meter.
Great save, she's got to swallow that though. You know, too many rebounds, and Garden City is winning the rebound game right now.
And it's Smith, again, scored on an 8-meter to end the first quarter. She attacks, goes low, and Rubin, her fourth, excuse me.
A phenomenal low save, too. You know, she drops to her knees for that one, just like the save before it. And
another clear here for Giancopoulos. This is Alexia. They should patent that. It's the Giancopoulos clear.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I remember scouting Manhasset when I coached, and I was like, how many of them are there? They just keep coming, and they're so good. I think Alexia's the last, though. Is she the last? Do you know that?
Yes.
She's a UVA commit, correct?
Alexia, Nicole, we know Nicole's going to Harvard.
Right.
And Alexia is going to Virginia.
Who's having a phenomenal season.
So now here's Gordon.
Manhasset loves to start this dodge from like the 30. It works when you're that fast and that powerful.
Yeah, Gordon ducks under. Pfaff.
Oh, what a ground ball by Garden City. Wow. That had Manhasset all over it, and she came out of nowhere to save that. That's definitely something that Coach Williams is going to be talking to her team with at halftime. Ground ball has to be Garden City's favor.
Yeah, girls lacrosse coaches, you guys have a great saying about being dirty between the 30s.
Yes.
And a lot of that is, right, getting those ground balls.
100%.
Right now, Garden City, the edge in that.
You know, I always said to my team, there are no 50-50 balls. It's ours. It has to be yours. You have to want it more.
And now here's Fennell.
Because Garden City can save for the last shot here, too, if they want to. There's no shot clock in the high school level. It's coming next year.
I was about to get on my soapbox, but then you just made sure I didn't have to. Here's Fennell switching hands. Jump shot.
Great
that was
defense.
Eaton in front.
That was great defense, whoever was on. I think that was Perfetto on her. That's a good matchup.
And now Manhasset. And as dominant it would appear that Garden City has been, and there's a takeaway by Tori Ottamanelli at midfield. A break
Fennell
now.
open.
Here's Fennell.
What a look. Oh.
And perhaps a little too unselfish, but the finish in
Doesn't
front
matter.
by Ashley Clark.
You know, it almost looks like Manhasset's slow getting in defensively, and it looks like Garden City's man up every time they're on the field. Another great goal by the sophomore.
Ashley Clark's second of this game.
And that's, you know, almost exactly the same as her first. Cutting, balls down low, she cuts, she's open. Wasn't a quick stick this time. She sees the goal, takes her time. Great shot, great finish. This is an important game for this kid. You know, that's a breakout game for a kid like Clark, who's on the field, playing in the Woodstick Classic, on varsity for the first time.
Well, I'll tell you what, too. She's scored some big goals this year for Garden City. She had 2 against Bayport Blue Point, which was kind of an early season statement win for Garden City. And then she had a big one against Wallantah as well. And now she's got 2 in the Woodstick, right? So, you know, her numbers... Now she's got 11 on the year,
Yeah,
but the ones that she scores are really important.
They're big, and you know, they're starting to close in on Fennell a little bit. You've seen she hasn't really had her opportunities as much this half, so that's when a kid like this needs to step up, and then you got to take the face guard off eventually. If all the role players, we talked about that earlier, the role players having big parts in this game, and I'm glad to see it.
Morris and Gordon, this is how we started the game.
One-on-one.
The edge in this has been to Garden City's, but Manhasset gets that one. And another Giannakopoulos clear. And it feels like an important possession. Was about to say that a moment ago before Ottamanelli had the steal in midfield, but listen, we're not keeping time of possession stats, but the time of possession has been so skewed Garden City's way. Of course, they had that 2-minute man up as well, but it feels like here the score should almost be more lopsided the way that Garden City's had more of the ball. So big one here just to value the possession, value the ball, and get a good shot.
I think Manhasset came out fired up, and I think it almost worked a little bit to their disadvantage. I think that they took some bad shots, bad opportunities early on, tried to get their big guys going, and it wasn't it. Like that, I don't think that's the shot they want from Panzig right there. I think they need to go back to their roots and work the ball as a team. Yeah,
Panzig went high to high. Easy one for Pfaff to see.
I'd be curious to see at halftime how many assisted goals per team, because I think Garden City is just working the ball better than Manhasset, and Manhasset's looking to their key players to get big goals, but the defense is just there.
So an opportunity now to take a little air out of the ball, right, for Garden City. Inside the final 90 seconds, you've got a 2-goal lead. You've got the ball as well, as you mentioned. No shot clock to be concerned about, so why not, right? Let's bring it down to the last shot.
Yeah, I mean, they came into the second. They scored with, 2 seconds left in the first quarter to tie this game at 3, and now it's been all Garden City in the second quarter.
Some balanced scoring, too, all among your attackers. You've got 2 apiece from Fennell and Clark. Arendt and Smith each have a goal as well. And you asked about those assisted goals. Well, you've got 3 assists for Garden City, so half of their goals were assisted. And, of course, you've got a few that were from the 8-meter as well. Here's Fennell. Back to her left. Draws a double. Goes down.
She sold that a little bit.
And we have a shooting space with the clock stopped. We know about her velocity, and we know about her quick release.
This is a hash for a lefty right here, too.
Fennell. Oof, some venom behind that one. Over the net, though.
That's the second time that we've seen defenders, Manhasset defenders back up an offensive shot by Fennell. That's something that Edinger's going to have to talk about at halftime for sure.
And now you get the clear and perhaps one opportunity here for Manhasset.
So fast. What a check by Morris.
And that ends the first half. So Garden City, 3 goals off of that man-up opportunity. And they have a 6-4 lead at halftime. It's the Woodstick Classic, and it's right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Dante does it again! Defensive play. Dante Zadaro. Illico ties it up. Move by Diego.
Steps up and score.
A jump shot for Nell. High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, flag football, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. Hey parents, how about a bobblehead for your athlete? Bobbleheads are one of the most preferred personalized gift items today, and it's so easy to order. All you need is a photo of your athlete, a model number from our extensive collection of bobbleheads, and the sculpting process begins. 2 proofs are sent for your approval, and once it's approved, in a few weeks, your bobblehead is on the way. It's that simple. Order your bobblehead today by logging into varsitymediapass.com and click catalogs, or call 516-403-2050.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
When it comes to advertising, are you hitting the right audience? Why waste your time with television or a free print publication that's given out at a local deli? Varsity Media has your back. With a following of over 50,000 and a local demographic ranging between the ages of 18 and 54 years old, it's time to get that return on investment. Plus, here's the best part. Your ad lives forever on our YouTube page. And with a large on-demand audience, it's a grand slam to advertise with Varsity Media.
Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable, and our photos will leave you. Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Welcome back to Ed Walsh Field. Dylan Butler, Robin Rubin, our entire Varsity Media. I'm trying to get this out before we can get to halftime here. Here's first half stats, and you can see it's Garden City with the edge in shots, a big edge in draw control. And listen, that's 1 for 1, but that can almost be like 3 over 1 considering how many you had
Shocked.
3-man-up goals for Garden City.
Yeah, I mean, and you talk about, you know, something that's not up there that maybe we had next time, assists as well, because Garden City, you said, 4 assists, Manhasset has 0 assists, and I think that's a huge part of why Garden City's leading this game right now. Sorry, 3 assists.
That's right. So those are your halftime stats.
And I was totally wrong about the draw controls. I thought it was going to be Manhasset running away with it, but it doesn't seem to be that way.
That's the beauty of sports. It's unpredictable.
Absolutely.
Programming reminder as well as Garden City wins this draw again.
Great
so
wing play there.
Their 9th draw control win. We'll also have the boys game coming up 7 o'clock. That is the 140th edition of a rivalry that dates back 89 years. And as we said, Robin, in the open, you know, maybe not that long-standing rivalry for the girls just yet, but as was witnessed in the first half, you know, these two teams, you circle this game. This is the biggest game outside of a state championship on their schedule.
And you know, this used to be the game that led to a state championship. Unfortunately, they're not in the same class size anymore, or fortunately, you know, what a shot. But it's a big change for them. This is just a conference game, you know. They get to just have fun and show up and hopefully take home the win.
That was Tori Ottamanelli with the goal.
And that was once again Kyle Fennell drawing a ton of attention up there. She just gives a nice little pick. I think they're expecting her to roll off that, get the shot, and she just takes that righty alley. That's now the 3rd righty alley goal that Manhasset's given up there. Interesting to see what they do to change.
Tori, the Harvard commit, her 11th of the year. Brother Jay Ottamanelli, her cousin Andrew, a standout on the boys team. We'll see him in a couple hours.
You going to talk about her game when you call the boys game as well?
That's it.
I'm going to be watching. Make sure. I love that they play back to back. I think they should do more of that in the high school game.
You know, Manhasset, you've got the 2 fields, and a little bit to our left, you know, you've got what's largely the girls' lacrosse field, if you will, right?
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
An opportunity here on the big stadium, not right now, obviously under the lights, but leading right up to the boys' game as well. So I do like that they went back to back this year. Hope that kind of continues going forward.
I think they try to make sure that they play the Woodstock on the same day. I know sometimes they'll change the slotted league game date for the girls to make sure they play on the same day as the boys. But I love the back-to-back. I love the fanfare of the day, and there should be more of it in Long Island. More games back-to-back with the boys.
Yeah, you arrive here and you take the walk down, and you've got kids on the what, as we said, is usually the girls' field, right, with lacrosse sticks just playing around. You had the JV programs for both playing, and I think you mentioned, right, that was Garden City,
yeah,
right?
I believe
both.
Garden City took both games so far. They're looking for a clean sweep.
Well, Manhasset here, they're trying to stop that momentum.
This is a big possession for Manhasset. I think they need to come out and match that goal by Garden City and not let this game get out of hand.
Sneaky low shot. That's off the mark. Manhasset, though, wins the foot race. I think that was Cassidy Harley.
Taylor Gordon with the ball down low.
Now you attack from X. High to low. Pfaff knocked that net off.
Unlike in hockey we were talking about before. It did
Yeah.
not reset.
And there's the ground ball picked up, and here comes Garden City.
Overback, as usual.
Overback, high to high. She did everything but finish well.
A little too much energy wasted on the draw to get too much power behind that shot.
And a save.
Uncharacteristic shot, too, for Garden City. I'm surprised at that. Not the best opportunity. You know, you love to put a dagger in there, but I'm surprised they didn't take that ball out and just take their time with it. Their defense just had it down there for a while.
And now another opportunity for Manhasset to chip away.
Pinto with the ball. She has not done much this game. I'm looking for her to start breaking out, you know, getting some assists. I think if she starts going feeding, I think Manhasset takes this game.
Wow. Taylor Gordon skied up, got on the elevator to get that ball, and comes down with a much-needed goal.
We talk about assists. We talked about it at halftime when we weren't on camera. You know, Garden City was winning the assist game there. I think if Manhasset starts to feed more, this game quickly becomes a classic again. And she's just so impressive, Taylor Gordon. She's tall, she's fast. She gets open like that. What a snag. It was a wide receiver snag, you know. She mossed it, as they said, and just crushed that. What a goal.
Newman with the feed. Her second assist of the game, of the game, I was going to say, and a great finish by Gordon. 9th goal of the season. And Jackie Williams says, sometimes I just cannot believe she's only a sophomore. And that's a good thing for Jackie Williams. That means
yeah, it's a bad thing for everyone else.
You're right. You've got her a couple more years now.
I remember when we played against her when she was in 8th grade, and I called every college coach in my phone book and was like, get on this kid now. She is spectacular, and she is definitely living up to that. She's getting better every time I see her play.
And we will see what her recruitment will look like. It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be fast.
And fast.
And wherever she wants.
It'll be Overbeck fast.
Yeah, there you go.
So now look, you can chip away, right? It's a
2-goal game all of a sudden just like that. Game of runs. Beautiful thing about lacrosse. You're never really out of a game.
And there's Gordon up top. She feeds. Good off-ball movement, something that Pfaff gets down low.
I'm surprised Manhasset's going for this opportunity every time. They've rolled the crease now, come a faked high shot low 3 or 4 times, and it hasn't worked. It worked one time with Pansic, and that was it. And I think they need to rewrite what they're doing offensively because Garden City goalie is on top of it.
Yeah, Pfaff, again, we mentioned her in the open. A Yale commit, 2-year starter.
Yeah, who's having an exceptional season on the college game as well. Sorry.
No, it's all good. 51% save percentage as well, but it's more about the games that she's played in. And we know the non-league schedule that Garden City plays. They will play everyone that they can.
As will Manhasset.
Yep.
It's one of the best things about these teams. They don't take gimme games. You know, there's no gimme games for either of these high school programs. They play the top teams in the nation in their regular league, and then they go out and play the other top teams in the nation in their non-league games. It's impressive.
And now Garden City back with the ball and back with a patient offensive set. They almost, Robin, kind of lull you to sleep a little bit, and then that's a hard check. Extension of the arms.
That was Maddie Chun on that. It was a little, you know, I've seen her play before. She's so good, so aggressive, but she does sometimes draw that a little too much contact.
So Avery Smith,
but yeah,
impressed with her
yeah,
so far.
I mean, these sophomores have stepped up. You know, you talk about kids, names you didn't really know before this season, and all of a sudden they're scoring big-time goals.
You mentioned good hashes and bad hashes, and that was a bad one. So wisely, she backs it up, and we've got another.
Let's talk about a good hash.
Yeah.
Doesn't get much better than center. Oh, she's off to the left by one, but, you know, still she had a great hash, took advantage of it. That's the second time I think she's kind of just gone in a little bit and taken that shot. Or was it? I don't think that was her before, but second time we've seen that opportunity there. She gets a great hash, and she, instead of running it all the way in, takes a couple steps, gets some power behind it, sees what the goalie's giving her, and rips it. Great finisher.
Yeah, Imanelli is an elite finisher, says Dave Ettinger. Shooting percentage usually really high as well. That's 2 goals here in the second half for Imanelli. And that's the coolest thing, I think, right, for the Imanelli family. If you're mom and dad, right, you get a nice seat.
Yeah, you just stay there.
They've got the concessions, right, so you can get fed. You're
Absolutely.
good. You make sure you get a good seat, and you just hang out for both games.
Make sure you got a comfy bleacher seat.
That's right.
Sports boosters sell those. They used to back in my day, at least. Swinging
for this one, and ground ball scooped up, and a big one for for Manhasset, it's Nicole Giannakopoulos. She spins and backs it back up. So 8-5, the lead for Garden City.
This is a big possession here for Manhasset. They've got 5 minutes left in the third quarter. They can either, bring it within 2 here, or they can give Garden City an opportunity to go up 4. Huge swing. Taylor Gordon starting to dodge up high.
Gordon lost it. Ground ball picked back up by Newman. Yeah, these games the last couple of years, they've been close.
Have there ever been years where they weren't?
Here's Lapinto. Lapinto, and she is hammered.
She's slow getting up.
And we'll stop the clock here.
You hate to see that.
So we hope Lapinto. And there is a yellow card issued. So this is the first one to Garden City, first opportunity here for Manhasset.
23.
And while Lapinto is down, we'll let folks know, of course, about the great mission of the Long Island Metropolitan Lacrosse Foundation. It's to spread the positive spirit of lacrosse and support the highest ethical standards for all participants through annual initiatives, which include targeted grants, scholarship programs, lacrosse educational clinics, and events to raise awareness and resources in support of the game. And Robin, some incredible events as well that the Long Island Metro Lacrosse Foundation hosts, and of course the Shootout for Soldiers, a 2-day event in July, incredible stuff. And the Lax Like a Girl tournament, love that as well. I'm a girl dad, so I certainly appreciate that. But listen, all levels, boys, girls, men, women, it's all about growing the game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you could talk about lacrosse without talking about Long Island lacrosse, and having something like the Long Island Metro Lacrosse Foundation is part of the reason why Long Island lacrosse is so strong.
So we do appreciate the Long Island Metro Lacrosse Foundation. And still,
it's a big injury for Manhasset too. Lapinto, like I said, hasn't been doing too much stat-wise, but she still runs that offense down low. Hoping it's nothing too serious. She's being helped off the field.
So we certainly hope for a speedy recovery for Mia Lapinto. And while Lapinto makes her way off the field, Robin, we take a look at some of the next level players. We mentioned this before. These are the Garden City alums, right? Playing next level all over the place as well.
Yeah, and they're all having great seasons. You look at Ella Haney's absolutely tearing it up at USC. Megan Rhodes getting good time at number 2 Syracuse, although they did just fall to BC in overtime. Marie Cachubato scored her first hat trick for Virginia Tech the other day. Clayton McCabe, Naknabo is crushing it at Marist, and Pappas at Villanova. Her name is in everything. So just big time lacrosse all over the world.
You mentioned BC. There you go. Emma Lapinto.
Yeah. Emma Lapinto, a big transfer in this offseason.
Yeah.
Huge. Where was she going to go? And she ends up at BC and just adds to that drama there. Dooley, Notre Dame's having a great season. Caitlin Barrett over at Duke. UPenn, Harvard. We talked about the Spina before. The Jean Coppolis jeans are strong. They have the same run, the same dodge, and the same level of play.
How about Barrett, too? 7 goals, 2 assists as a true freshman. We'll take a quick break, and we will return to action here of the Woodstick Classic on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Welcome back to Manhasset. Our thoughts are certainly with Mia Lopinto, and she's opposite on the track. She'll be carted to the locker room. And listen, here's an opportunity, right? Like this, you've been in this situation as a coach. You're dealing with an injury. There's emotions there, obviously, but also you're man up now, and you're down 3 goals. That's the same amount of goals that Garden City scored on their opportunity earlier.
Absolutely, and I do think that this is a big opportunity for Coach Williams to really just step in and be like, listen, you got to let the emotions go. You know, the thing about especially female athletes, these girls are best friends. You know, they're not only watching their teammate go down, they're watching their best friend's season likely end there in a huge game where, you know, she makes a big difference. So they're going to have to control their emotions here and play the game still.
Well, you saw there a moment ago on the restart, Grayson Denahan, the sophomore, getting an opportunity, though she now runs off. And a big man advantage here for Manhasset. And there's Panzik from X. The feed in front, trying to get it to Gordon.
Somehow still comes up with it, though, because she's just a beast.
And a great hustle by Gordon. Not that we're surprised.
No, she's impressive.
That was Lily Acera a moment ago. You go goal
There
line
you
extended.
go. Big goal for Giancopoulos there.
Big one for Manhasset.
That's once again Shea Panzik taking a ton of pressure there, seeing a lot of defenders drop to her. She makes that quick pass behind to Giancopoulos, who's just as capable of scoring.
So big one on the man up.
And that's one. Now there's still a minute 20 left on the penalty. If they win this draw here, they can go down and score. Another draw, it's back to square one.
So second goal of the year for Giancopoulos.
Yeah, huge one. I mean, Panzik draws the attention. Giancopoulos sneaks in behind, gets that quick pass. Big finish. You know, that shows them, like, okay, you took out Lopinto. Not that they did it on purpose, but Lopinto's out of the game, but we can still score from behind.
And as we mentioned, right, we're not saying this in a cliched way, a huge draw here as well,
Yeah,
right? Because
huge.
you need to win it if you're Manhasset to really continue to stay up. It's a minute 20 left with the extra player.
We've talked multiple times now about a shot clock, too. Garden City wins this ball. They spread out. They kill that penalty. That's what Manhasset was unable to do in the first half. But
Gordon skies up, takes a hit as well.
big draw there for Manhasset. Feels like every draw has been big, but
Air Gordon.
yeah. She just flies. She stays up there.
And now they work it again from X. Here's Gordon again. The
lot more assists in the second half for Manhasset. It's really what's gotten them back into this game.
42 seconds left in this man up. Little shake, little bake, and
Great defensive stop there by number 5. That's the my friend we're going to talk about the next game as well.
Automanelli, yes.
Great defensive stop there. Huge. Not sure what happened there. Little tangle down on the crease with Lauren Perfetto and some Garden City defenders.
So we'll have a...
Now the clock doesn't stop here, though. This penalty is going to be killed in about 5 seconds. It's going to be full strength for Garden City. And there you go.
It is.
So they got 1 goal out of it. That's great defensive stance by Garden City there, giving up 1 goal and a man up after a player gets injured like that, that's a huge stop for them.
Well, again, it's a 2-goal game, and that's the difference right now in extra man opportunity goals, right? Where you had 3 for Garden City, 1 for Manhasset, and sometimes the game is that simple.
I think it's also a big confidence thing when you're able to shut a team down offensively when you're man down like that, and it really helps to kind of load the rest of the game for you.
Here's Gordon, splits defenders. Gordon!
She doesn't need man up. What a goal.
We've seen Air Gordon, and that time we saw split dodge Gordon, just splitting defenders, getting to the cage.
She doesn't look tired, and yet she's been all over the field. Just a quick first step here. Splits her defender, goes to her left hand, gets the other defender on her back, and finishes in tight. You know, we've seen her take some from the outside. We've seen her get in tight. There's not much that she can't do. I feel like I'm Taylor Gordon fan club right now. It started with her singing the national anthem, but I'm impressed with her. She just, every time I see her play, she is impressive.
You mentioned it, Caitlin Gordon with that great rendition of the anthem before the start of this one, and now maybe Taylor Gordon, inspired by her sister. A pair of goals here, and we've got a 1-goal game, but there's Ottamanelli.
Big draw for Ottamanelli. Garden City needs a possession here on attack. They've had the ball in the defensive end for a good few minutes now, starting even before that man down stance.
Here's Overbeck. We saw that great clear and her speed down the field, but went high to high. Ruben was able to make the save, and then we went down the other way.
That's kind of the last time Garden City had the ball down their end.
Which feels like a month ago.
It does feel like, you said it, and I was like, that's the last time that we've seen them with the ball.
Here's Ottamanelli. She'll play catch as we approach the final minute of this third quarter.
1 minute left in the third.
Ottamanelli.
In Garden City fashion, they're going to hold it for the last shot.
And you always do need to, if you're Manhasset, identify where 37 is.
And they have looks like they have a face guard on her with Lauren Perfetto, who has been a great matchup for her.
Here's Morris with 32. And now it's Fennell. Eyes up. Little stutter step, cuts to her left, gets hit hard. No foul was called. Fennell draws the double, kicks out of that. Morris fires wide.
That's the shot they're looking for, though. They've still got 15 seconds. Not anymore, but you
Quick
don't want to
restart.
rush here.
Arendt. Ball on the carpet. It'll bounce wide and stay with Garden City. The clock, though, doesn't stop, and that does it for the third quarter.
As we like to call Taylor Gordon's quarter. She absolutely took that quarter over and dominated for Manhasset, and that's the difference in this game. Between the assist for Manhasset and Taylor Gordon's play, that's the only reason why they're in this game right now.
Taylor did it in swift fashion. It's a 1-goal game. It's the Woodstick right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050.
Great atmosphere here at Ed Walsh Field. All part of Woodstick Day here at Manhasset. Garden City with a 1-goal lead. Dylan Butler, Robin Rooney. It's time now for the Speed Island Speedy Play of the Game. Improve your speed with Onyx Salva and team. Located in Garden City, visit speedislandny.com to book your session today. And we go back, Robin, to the third quarter. And we mentioned going into the break how Taylor Gordon has got her team back quickly. Well, how about this? Quickness, splitting defenders.
Yeah, I mean, she just shows her speed there. It's a quick one step. She gets her girl thinking she's going right, puts in her left hand. Like we said before, gets her other defender on her back and finishes in tight. That's just a great goal there by the sophomore. And like we said, the sophomore who doesn't quite play like a sophomore.
So that's Taylor Gordon with the Speedy Play of the Game.
You know, I love that this is called the Woodstick Classic because I do feel like it's an instant classic every year. I think you can replay it, and I think every PAL kid should be at this game. Every middle school kid should be at this game. These girls are putting on a show for these kids, and they should be learning from it.
Well, you go back 2 years ago, right? Manhasset here with a 10-8 win. Annalisa Massaro, 4 goals. Alexis Morton, she's at Richmond, crushing it there as well. 3-1. Mia Lapinto, 3 assists. Last year, Garden City got their revenge. They won it 8-7 back at home. Grace Hopkins, a goal and 2 assists. They raced out, the Trojans did in that game, to a 4-0 start. They led 7-3 at the half. But then Caitlin Barrett, we talked about her a moment ago. She pulled Manhasset back to within 7-6 with 2:55 left. But the Trojans, they got an empty netter after Marie Cachabato picked up a huge ground ball. Kendall Morris, Kyle Fennell in that game with 2 goals apiece.
Yeah, I mean, that was a hell of a team last year. I'm happy that this game is turning out to be that way. It wasn't looking so for a little bit there, but like we said before, Lacrosse a game of runs, and Manhasset just went on one. So let's see what Garden City does here to start the fourth quarter and stop the bleeding a little bit.
Monica with a big ground ball off the draw control. So the Trojans back on attack.
You know, both these teams have so much depth. We have not seen a ton of subs.
Yeah.
We've seen some runs from kids. We've seen stuff here and there, but I feel like we have seen the same kids on the field all game, and it's just a testament to how they've been playing this game.
Here's Arendt. A goal and an assist this afternoon.
And Manhasset went from playing a zone there in man defense now. They've been playing man this whole second half. I think partially because of the face guard, the semi-face guard on Fennell.
Yeah, a lot of cutters off ball right now for Garden City, so some difficult assignments for the Manhasset defenders.
You've got Maddie Chun back on Fennell now as well.
And there is 2 of our impact players. Fennell, and she'll
a charge.
be called for the charge.
That's a big call there. I think Fennell was very surprised at that. I think Manhasset was surprised at that call as well.
So we get restarted, and now Fennell's going to try to riot it back. There's Giannakopoulos, good cut inside. And she clears, and Manhasset with an opportunity to tie things up. From the point of that Panzik yellow, they've trailed. And it feels like it's been a very long time.
I feel like we've played 3 lacrosse games. That's how intense this game is right now.
And that was Panzik cutting across.
She's going to draw an 8-meter here.
And from a good hash, too, it would seem.
The thing about Panzik, too, she's such a quick player that, you know, she's lethal from this 8-meter because she can really just get in front and pick her spot.
Panzik with a goal and an assist today. Chance to tie it. Panzik, bouncer, finds its way in. And we are tied at 8.
Big time player, big time goal.
Panzik, we know the pasta party was at the Panzik house last night. And Panzik.
I'm impressed with the way that Manhasset has come back from Lapinto's injury. I think they have, instead of folding under emotion, they have come back to try to win it for her, so to say. Panzik, just like I said before, she's so quick here. She gets in, she picks her spot. Pimp has a really good shot at it. She makes the initial save, and it just takes a bad bounce for the Garden City keeper.
So 22nd goal of the year for Panzik. Back to the draw we go. And it looks like it's Overbeck against Gordon here.
Biggest draw of the game.
Until the next.
Exactly. Win the draw, win the world.
That's right.
Throw violation on the Indian.
Garden City needs a goal here. They have been kind of stopped in their spot, and they need to get a number 9 on that board right now.
I feel like we can go print some girls lacrosse shirts there, right? 30 between the 30s.
Yeah.
Win the draw, rule the world. But these are true sayings as well. It's
funny. It's a cliche game, but it's so true when it comes down to it. It's a game of fundamentals. It's a game of runs, all those things. But you're watching this game right now. Garden City had a huge run. Manhasset just came back with a run of their own, and now we're tied.
And Garden City running a bit of a weave here as Smith hands off.
Yes,
Aaron
that's
trying
Syracuse.
to split defenders.
Not a surprise they're running the Syracuse weave when they've got Coach DeFelice's dad on the sideline there in Garden City. Caitlin DeFelice up at Syracuse. Garden City player went on and played a great career at BU. And now she's associate head coach at Syracuse. Her dad is a legend on the sideline there for the Trojans.
Here's Arendt. Arendt saved! Rubin. And you mentioned
crease
before,
violation.
yeah, and a fortunate one there too, right? Because you mentioned before just the rebound control.
Yep. She must have heard me. She's like, okay, you want me to swallow? To swallow. Swallow that ball.
And now the Indians an opportunity to take the lead. Good clear. And there's Cassidy Harley.
Sophie Mineral clear for the Indian.
Panzik back out for Perfetto. Another great name, right? You got parents Lewis and Kristen and brothers Matt at Cornell, other brother Lewis at BU.
He just broke the assist record at BU. And her younger sister Danielle plays as well. Lauren is a great talent, and she's done so much on the field. She's not in the stat book right now, but she's kind of taken Fennell out of this game a little bit with her face guard ability.
Faf, big save on Nicole Giannakopoulos.
It's been a great goalie game.
It has.
Really been a great goalie game.
That's Monaco. Look at the ride for Manhasset, not making it easy, but Overbeck, she'll punt return that. And now it's Garden City.
That's why she's an impact player. You have your solid defender. She's not going to make a mistake back there. She's going to take care of the ball. They look for her in those situations, and she gets to clear over the 30. I always told my girls, you lose 4 defenders the second you get over the 30-yard line. So get over it. So she did a great job there.
Avery Smith. Now you got to think at some point. There it is. I'm going to say you got to figure Fennell's getting a touch here on this possession. And how about if you're Steve Fennell, right? Like you want to be dad right now.
Yeah, but
but also you're
have
focusing.
You seen him? Is he on the sideline?
I have not. He did ask me. He did ask me for the link for the broadcast, so perhaps he's watching it on his phone as he gets the final preparations for the boys.
They don't play for an hour and 40 minutes. They've got time. He can watch.
Oh, listen, he has been preparing all week. If you want to book a sportscast, we'll let Varsity Media broadcast your lacrosse games. It's great for rivalry games, homecoming, senior day, and playoffs. Email varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com or call 917-470-0864. Mention this ad, you get 25% off your next sportscast. And as we have this rare timeout, a look, Robin, at some big upcoming games that we have for you. On the boys' side, you've got Port Washington and Syosset, all part of this new power conference. Of course, another great rivalry in the sport of lacrosse, or any sport for that matter. Massapequa Farmingdale. I'll be back here on Friday night as Rumson Fairhaven makes the trip from New Jersey to take on Manhasset. This is a fun one, too. Northport Garden City on the boys' side. This will be from Farmingdale State college, and it's a Varsity Media Pass exclusive. Go to our social media handles. You'll learn more about that. Really cool what we got going on there. Wantagh, Plain Edge. You got a little baseball action as well. Farmingdale, Pequot, Massapequa, Southside, and then Hopog, Shoreham, Wading River on the boys' side as well. All of these games on the Varsity Media Sports Network, youtube.com/Varsity Media. We got to see Wantagh last night. What a big win that they had on the boys' side against Cold Spring Harbor. A lot of martinis involved, not for us, but in scoring goals for Wantagh.
That name seems to have been around there for a while at Wantagh as well.
Yeah, seriously.
I think the older brother's at Binghamton playing now. I think he know the name from Madison Taylor, who was an All-American at Northwestern from Wantagh.
All right, so off, really, I think this is the first timeout that's been taken for either team. We've kind of raced right along in this one, other than, of course, the unfortunate injury that we had moments ago to LaPinto, but a chance for both now to kind of reset and listen, 8-8, fourth quarter, Garden City ball.
All right, we'll bring it in to Union.
I think that was a great timeout by Coach Ettinger. I think he needs to settle his girls down. You had a big lead. All of a sudden now you're tied with 6 minutes left. And I think the emotion, like we said, it's how you handle the emotion of an injury. And Manhasset came out ready to win it for their teammate. And now Garden City has to take the smoke out.
That's where the emotions of the game on this, in the girls lacrosse game, that's where it becomes a positive, all right, Robin? Like where you can go the other way with that and just be upset about losing one of your leaders, but now you use it for motivation.
I think that's a huge testament to Coach Williams, probably what you said in the huddle. She reminded them, you still have a game to play. You still have a full half of lacrosse to play. And, Mia doesn't want to see you guys sulk. She doesn't want to see you put your heads down and play. She wants to see you win this game, so get out there. I'm sure, something similar, and she did a great job controlling her team's emotions there.
Manelli looks for a cutting Smith. Look at Rubin. She's got two on her, splits them.
Another good timeout. Great timeout by Jackie Williams. Your goalie has the ball with two attackers flying at her. That's a great timeout.
We'll take it with them as well. Coming down the stretch here, fourth quarter, Woodstick Classic living up to the advanced billing. 8-8 is the score right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's premier high school sports network. Did you just have the best athletic year of your life, and now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level. Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds, as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com.
We welcome you back to Manhasset on just a picturesque Saturday afternoon. Dylan Butler, Robin Rooney, our entire Varsity Media crew, and we have been treated to a terrific
instant classic
girls lacrosse showdown between rivals Garden City and Manhasset. One of these two teams, Robin, they'll have their second loss of this season. But the winner, man, what an emotional win it would be.
It's like I said before as well, both these teams, they don't play in playoffs anymore. This is their playoff. This is basically to win Conference 1, the Power Conference. They both have beaten every other team except for Manhasset fell to Southside. So if they take a win over Garden City here, Manhasset wins the conference. It's a big conference to win. Impressive as a first-time coach for Coach Williams. So they're looking to do just that.
And there goes Taylor Gordon. Maybe this could have been our speedy play of the game.
Else?
Let her go. Gordon.
She has been on the field the entire game on both ends, and she does not look tired. College coaches take notes. Elementary school kids take notes.
So now Manhasset with the ball as we're inside the final 5 minutes of regulation.
I would not be surprised if Manhasset waits for the last shot here. Without a shot clock, they're looking to win this game. And with Garden City having the draw control game under control, you don't want to give them an opportunity.
There's the feed to the crease, stick check, ground ball picked up.
Great play. Way to get that back out to your teammate.
And that was Janikopoulos, Nicole doing so. Got to make sure you say the full name.
Yeah, true. There's too many.
Both are impacting the game. Perfetto. Guarded closely.
Yeah, Garden City does not want them to take this time. They want the ball back.
Perfetto ducks under. Still with the ball. Now she'll pass it off to Panzik. Panzik, the Vanderbilt commit.
The biggest thing about this right here with the stall is that every single kid on this team can handle the pressure. And that's the difference between a Manhasset, Garden City, and these other conference teams. These girls, every single kid on this team can handle the pressure, handle the stick with both hands, and it's always fun to watch.
Holly Newman. Gordon, she'll play catch up top. With every passing second, the intensity gets ratcheted up. Skip pass, Newman.
Shooting space. Draws a meter.
Holly Newman's got 1-1 in this game. Will she take it or kick it back out?
I don't know. I don't know what you tell her to do here. She's such a good player that you want to let her have it, but you don't want that. You don't want that. That's what you wanted to avoid. Because now Garden City has a little under 3 minutes to score a goal.
Yeah, Robin, I was going to say she didn't change her level. She went low to low. And
uncharacteristic. Fast. An uncharacteristic shot for Holly Newman. And here's the one-man clear, Mabel Overback. Gordon on her tightly. That's just heart right there. She's exhausted. The ball's been down there for a while. Garden City has played majority of this half in their defensive end, and she does not look tired.
And now, Robin, the point you made on the other side of the field, you likely make it here as well. Perhaps Garden City will hold for the last.
I don't think they're shooting before 30 seconds left, to be honest. I think that's when he says go. Let's see. We can make a bet, but that's what I think is going to happen.
I would agree with you, except to say if it's there, you better put it in the back of the net.
Listen, but if you're going to take that shot, it better go in. It's one of those don't shoot, great shot. You know, coach's favorite thing to say. Don't. Okay,
I would say
good finish.
You give Fennell probably the green light if she gets a touch, but outside of that, you're right.
It has to be the perfect opportunity. Best shot, not the first shot.
Exactly. Another slogan we'll get on our shirts.
Yeah, I'll patent that one.
Here's Morris up top. Inside the final 90 seconds of regulation.
And, you know, we talk about Fennell getting the shot off, but this Garden City scoring has been so spread out. So is Manhasset that it could be any of them.
5 different goal scorers for the Trojans.
It could just come down to who has the best look.
It's all of your starting attackers as well as 2 from Tori Ottamanelli, who has the ball now. She checks back at the scoreboard, and now we're inside the final minutes.
I am so happy this is how this game is ending up. It didn't seem like it for a little bit there, and I was like, all right, it's still like Manhasset Garden City, but this is living up to every ounce of the Woodstock Classic right now.
And if you're Manhasset, right, you've got to be wary of any fouls here when they do go.
Yes, that's be clean defense. No foul, no easy opportunity. Stay on your cutters. Don't get beat one-on-one. Nice, clean defense. Move your feet. Stay on your toes. Then don't get lulled to sleep like you said before.
First touch now for Fennell.
Here you go. Under 30. They're going.
She'll go from X.
And look at everyone else. Outside the 8. She has all the room for activity. Her and Perfetto 1v1. It's coming down to Fennell. This is where heroes are made. Who's going to cut? Who's going to cut?
Lowers the shoulder. Fennell splits 2 defenders. She goes to the
she's
ground.
Got an 8-meter. 7 seconds left. She's getting an 8-meter. too much contact at lefty hash. This is exactly what Ettinger wants.
Here comes Fennell.
Oh, my heart is racing. I love this stuff.
Fennell goes low.
What a save! What a save!
A save.
Not enough time in the game to decide this one. What a save. Wow. Manhasset acting like they just won the game. We're still going into OT. What a fourth quarter for Manhasset.
Big rally for Manhasset and an incredible game-saving save by Hannah Rubin, the senior.
You know, that has to be what you're looking for. You want your star with the ball in an 8-meter on a hash she's comfortable on. She's scored twice on already, and what a save.
Overtime coming up next, right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050. Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050.
Welcome back to Ed Walsh Field. Terrific look there from midfield where a very important draw is about to take place as we head to overtime 8-8. And the reason we're going to overtime, it's our breakout goaltending group. Save of the game. The save of the game brought to you by Breakout Goaltending Group, Long Island's longest running goalie exclusive training program. Serving boys and girls elementary through college age all year round since 2004. And we know that Tim O'Meara, the co-founder, director, is going to love this save because it comes right down to the end of the game.
I think everyone but Garden City loved that save.
And here it is again. It's Kyle Fennell. Great hash and a better save. Right down low. A terrific save by Hannah Rubin. And that is your Breakout Goaltending Group save of the game. BreakoutGoaltending.com.
Yeah, and I mean, that was one of the many fantastic saves we've seen this game by both keepers.
So the boys' game the last 2 years was decided in overtime
Here we
with the visiting team winning.
Oh, interesting.
Stevie Fennell 2 years ago
Scored the game winner.
won it here at Manhasset. So we'll see what happens here on the girls' side. But of course, as always, it's a monumental draw right now. You asked me with 9 minutes left about the biggest draw. What this is the biggest draw. It's Overbeck.
Oh,
herself.
She's going.
Overbeck! Saved by Ruben!
Is that the save of the game?
Too late. We already got it.
No, but she's saying that defender was in the crease, but she was pushed in there is what was going on in the field.
A crease violation was called. And now it's Manhasset off back-to-back huge saves by Hannah Rubin.
I don't know if she's going to sleep tonight. How do you come off this hype and go home and go to sleep? What a save. I thought Mabel was going to end it right there.
So here we go.
Panzik with the ball. You'd think that's who Manhasset would go to. Maybe Holly Newman.
Panzik. Overbeck slides her way. They work it to X.
Nicole Giancopoulos. Another one who could take the last shot.
It's up top to Gordon. And Panzik again. Panzik. There's a hush here at Ed Walsh Field. Nicole Giancopoulos lowers a shoulder, switches to her left.
Great defense.
Back to her right. And yes, huge respect defensively there. That was, I think, Bryn Riley. And firing wide was Gordon. Backup was there. The possession stays alive.
She went in the crease.
A
crease violation. Unlucky. Panzik didn't realize how close she was to the crease there. It's a big violation. Unfortunate.
So now Garden City.
Hold on.
Well, it'll be against Garden City.
I don't know what they're calling here. I think the refs are going to meet up and discuss what the call is. Because originally it was a crease violation. The only person next to the crease was Panzik, but.
Seconds left in the first overtime.
Calling the coaches over to discuss what's going on.
Well, when you do that, I would say, Robin, more likely than not, you kind of messed up a call here, no?
Yeah, I don't know what. I think he was inadvertent whistle. I'm not sure. I can't decipher what he's saying to the coaches, but the Garden City coaching staff is not happy. Yeah, it's not a penalty because Overbeck gets to stay in front. Not Overbeck, I'm sorry. Number 8 gets to stay in front,
So
but I'm not sure what.
Panzik forced
Huge
it out.
ground ball. Huge ground ball for Garden City. They've got 39 to go. Take your time, but at the same time, not too much time.
A pass to Aaron. She'll pick it up behind the cage.
Timeout, Garden City.
28.4 seconds left.
We went from having no timeouts to 3 within 5 minutes of each other.
28 seconds left. Manhasset still has his timeout.
Well, not that you can top this one for either team, but some big upcoming games. First, to take a look at Garden City's upcoming schedule. You go to North Shore and Cold Spring Harbor. Oak Knoll is a game at Cold Spring Harbor, part of that Gains for Brains terrific tournament. Home for Southside at Seaford. You host Suffern, and then you end the regular season against Massapequa. So again, it's that strength of schedule, right, that you see from Garden City. It's one that also included Bayport Blue Point, Ward Melville, as well as Darien. We'll take a look now at Manhasset's upcoming schedule. Similar, right? You got Suffern, you've got Darien at Cold Spring Harbor, North Shore, Massapequa, Sacred Heart, terrific Catholic school on Long Island, and right now it's the #1 team in the country by USA Lacrosse Magazine, St. Anthony's, which needed triple overtime to win at Darien. So that should be a fun one as well. You can see there on the bottom right as well, it's a Varsity Media Sportscast. So off the timeout.
See the Garden City boys showing up for their game.
Yeah, they're making their way down the hill towards the locker room. It's a 7 o'clock opening face-off for that one. It's the 140th edition of the Woodstick Classic. So after this one, you can take a quick break, have some dinner, come back here on the Varsity Media Sports Network and join us for that one. It should be a ton of fun. So here we go. There they go. Getting ready on the short business trip that is going from Garden City to Manhasset.
Love that they've all stopped outside the locker room to watch the end of this game. Show some support for their girls on the offensive end with 28.4 seconds left to play. They want to see their ladies finish it so that they can take home a sweep. Clock has started.
So here we go. Morris.
20 seconds.
That's Ashley Clark.
Where's Fennell? Getting the ball behind.
And there she is.
They want her to call game.
She missed on the 8 meter. I should say actually saved on the 8 meter.
Same play they drew up before.
Automatic!
Ends it. Same exact goal from the first half. What a finish by Garden City. All attention on Fennell. She sets the pick. Everyone thinks she's going to slip. Autumnelli comes down the right alley and snipes the corner. What a game.
Tori Autumnelli, third of the game, the walk-off, the overtime winner, as Garden City claims the Woodstick Classic.
And once again, you see Fennell takes a lot of attention. She sets a pick. Everyone thinks she's going to slip. Everyone thinks she's getting that final shot, so they don't slide off of her. You can't slide off of Fennell. Autumnelli takes that right alley and buries it. What a finish of a game. Talk about her all game, Dylan.
That's it. Tori Autumnelli. What a job. What a game. I mean, back and forth we went. Another look.
Love this. I love it. You cannot slide off of Fennell. That's a brilliant play call by Ettinger. Can't slide off of Fennell there. It's going to lead to it. They were calling a stick check. That's what all the commotion is on the field right now. She passed the stick check, so they won. But you just can't slide off Fennell, which leaves Autumnelli to have her hands free and take that righty snipe, which she did earlier in the game, and buries it again. What a finish.
Tori Autumnelli, in a couple of years' time, she'll be up and she'll perhaps play that replay for the Janakopolises.
Yeah,
just remind them who won the 2024 edition of the Woodstick Classic.
We'll make sure to cut it for her.
Incredible stuff as Garden City captures this one 9-8 in overtime.
What a game.
Awesome stuff.
Instant classic.
So Garden City, they'll improve to 8-1 on the season. Manhasset, tough defeat. They are 5-2. But as you can see by the celebration, this one, this could have a resounding effect going forward, right? When you win a game like this and you win it on the road in overtime, a big one for Garden City. Yeah,
and let's hope for a speedy recovery from Mia Pinto. You see her on crutches there leading the Manhasset squad down the handshake line. Hopefully we see her back on the field this season.
So an incredible girls Woodstick Classic, the 140th edition of the boys Woodstick Classic. That's coming up for you next on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Opening face-off for that one, 7 o'clock. Will join us about 6:50 or so. So that'll do it here from Ed Walsh Fields. Big congratulations to Garden City. They win the Woodstick Classic. For our executive producer, Ben Turchin, Becca Kazaks, our technical director, Ron Pierre, Travis DeLuise, bringing you all those lasting, moving images. For my broadcast partner, Robin Rooney, I'm Dylan Butler. Thanking you for joining us from Manhasset. We look forward to seeing you very soon on the Varsity Media Sports Network.